Okay.
Now I have to pee.
Okay, we're gonna start. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Not Church. My name is Jym Varnadore. My wife and Renee and I are hosting this event.
There you go.
Not Church has been gathering on the second Sunday of the month for the last 10 years to talk about spiritual topics without dogma, rules, or beliefs in one religion over any other. Many of us have spiritual practices from different lineages. Some of us have spiritual practices from different lineages at the same time. We're not stuck on being right. We are focused on spiritual exploration and expansion. Everybody is welcome. The topic today is how to manifest the life you never imagined. And our special guest speaker is Sherri, Jaye. She's the author of This or Something Better. My wife Renee will now lead us in our meditation.
Good morning, everybody. In honor of the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that's happening right now, and it's going to be exact on April 12th, I'm going to
Not hearing you. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay. Sorry about that. Let me start over.
Okay.
In honor of the conjunction or the co-joining or the meeting up of the planet Jupiter and the planet Neptune that have really, really big energies that are here to help us. And so everything is energy, and the energies from these planets are meeting up right now. They're going to be exact on Tuesday, April 12th. So this meeting is based on the energy that's in the air right now, the energy of the day. So if you want to go move into the meditation, move into your meditation space, maybe have your feet planted on the ground, have your hands open, maybe you want to close your eyes. And we'll just kind of take a couple of deep breaths and find your center within. Take a breath, exhale it, take another breath. And now imagine the energies of Jupiter in your left hand. So if you're opening your left hand, you're opening to the energies of Jupiter, which is expansion and abundance and benevolence and hope. And now open your right hand for the energies of Neptune, which is spirituality and dreams and otherworldliness and connections. And all of this beautiful energy you can feel in both of your hands. And now you can bring your hands together over your heart. You can place your left hand on your heart and put your right hand over your heart. So now you have both of these energies, the Jupiter energy and the Neptune energy, moving from your hands into your heart chakra. And you can feel that energy, and you can feel these energies merging. And these energies are merging in the sign of Pisces, which is this beautiful, watery energy that helps us flow and open. And water is the element that telepathy rides on. So it helps us connect to all that is. It helps connect us to everyone here and everyone joining us today. It holds space for all of us around the planet to feel that we are one living entity. And we look again at our hearts and we ask this energy, this beautiful energy that we have right now with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. What can I do to bring this dream I have into the world? So that I'm going to hold for a few moments. We can contemplate that question with this energy. what can I bring into the world? And maybe you answered this question, what dream am I bringing into the world? Maybe you answered it in a new way than you usually do. Maybe you saw an image, heard a word, saw a color, felt a feeling within your body. Everything is okay. Maybe you didn't perceive anything, and that's okay too. We slowly, slowly come back. We can slowly open our eyes and come back to the room that we are in. And welcome to a new day. Okay, Karen.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Karen Timko, and I'd like to thank Beatrice Garcia for inviting me to be with you this morning in this spiritual space known as Not Church. So we're very blessed to have Sherri Jaye as our presenter today. And she'll be, I'll introduce her in a few minutes. She'll be speaking about the concepts of perception, vision, and manifestation. So in keeping with that theme, I selected a reading from the book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and the passages can be found on pages 81 and 85. So the reason visualization is so powerful is because as you create pictures in your mind of seeing yourself with what it is you want, you are generating thoughts and feelings of having it now. Visualization is simply powerfully focused thought in pictures, and it causes equally powerful feelings. When you are visualizing, you are emitting that powerful frequency out into the universe. The law of attraction will take hold of that powerful signal and return those pictures back to you just as you saw them in your mind. The teachers of The Secret are all aware of the elements you bring into play when you visualize. As you see the picture in your mind and feel it, you're bringing yourself to a place of believing you have it now. You are also implementing trust and faith in the universe because you are focusing on the end result and experiencing the feeling of that without giving any attention whatsoever to how it will come about. Your picture in your mind is seeing it as it is done. Your feelings are seeing it as done. Your mind and your entire state of being are seeing it as already happened. That is the art of visualization. And I wanted to share with you a manifestation moment that my partner and I had over the past week and a half or so, that we were walking on a trail that was very neglected, that loops around a development, and they're starting to develop that land. But the trail is really was really neglected, with huge weeds coming out of the nearly 100 steps in this trail, and brush and just overgrowth, and we're going through it like this. And so we walked for 6 days on it, and the whole time we said, oh, this is going to be so beautiful when it's cleared out, and I may come up here myself and pull all these weeds. And we were starting to pull some of them, and it's going to be so nice when it's all done. And and just very joyful about it. And Sherri is so great at doing that. Let's do everything with joy, with joy. But I think what I was reflecting about is that our feeling about the trail was that it was already done. It was going to happen. And this trail, we have not seen anyone else walk on it. We haven't seen any sign of workers that were there designated to clean it up. And on the 7th day, we got to the part of the trail that was so overgrown, and it was completely groomed beautifully. And Some people might say that's a coincidence, but I say it's a manifestation miracle. And now we have a lovely trail to walk on it. I didn't have to pull the weeds myself. So thank you, universe. I'm very grateful. And I really, Sherri and I talk about this too, that I really believe in the law of attraction and the power that we have to when we work with the universe to manifest. But I'm always so filled with wonder and awe when it happens. So, so I just wanted to share that with you. Sherri is a master manifester. In the 19 years that we worked together, I had the pleasure of learning and growing with her, going to workshops, creating events for our counseling staff, practicing the tools and strategies we were learning about, and witnessing her transformation into becoming the best version of herself. She just published her best-selling book, This or Something Better, which describes her journey and the tools she used to manifest the wonderful life she lives now. Sherri is an amazing, inspiring woman who is a certified life mastery coach, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and worked as a credentialed school counselor for 19 years. She is a loving fiance to her soulmate, a devoted mother, grandmother, auntie, sister, and the best friend I could ever hope to have. It is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Sherri Jaye.
All right.
Yeah, she's good.
Thank you, Karen. I really want to thank you for that lovely introduction. It was so sweet, and I'll pay you later. So I also wanted to thank our hosts, Jym and Renee, and also Beatrice Garcia for inviting me to speak with you today. I'm so excited to be sharing some fun interactive exercises that will help each of you see or envision the world with new eyes and help you envision the life you would love to be living. I know that all of us are here. You know, I was thinking yesterday when I was telling some of my friends to come on the call, you know, and see what I'm talking about, you know, and well, we're going to go play pickleball, and we're going to go have brunch, and we're going to go have Bloody Marys, and we're going to go do this. And I'm not judging them. I'm just knowing that, you know, there's only like 1% of the people who want to take their Sunday or want to take any day and do some extra learning and investing in themselves, you know? And so I really appreciate you. And I want to, you know, give you all this gratitude and love, and thank you for wanting to be here with us today, and me. So, and I know that you're all on my journey, and I'm happy to be on yours. So my story, since Karen just told you some of my bio, I was going to share a little bit. I know that you've read some of it. And by saying I'm a life mastery consultant or coach, you're saying, like, what does that mean? I'm thinking. So I don't know if any of you or many of you know who Mary Morrissey is. She is one of the world's most foremost expert in dream building. And I have been privileged, Karen as well, to work with her. She's my mentor, my teacher, along with Bob Proctor, and who just died, rest in peace, and many other motivational speakers. But she resonated with me, her words. And at that time when I decided to want to work with her, I had decided that I needed to find out why I was attracting all these ridiculous men, you know, including my ex-husbands. And I realized that the common denominator was me. I thought it was all them. And then I realized it was me. And so I prayed. I just sat there on my 50th birthday on Christmas Eve and said, help, help. And that set off a chain of events and wonderful things that just came to me. And one of them was going to Sai, which is a place also of transformation and learning about yourself. And then I studied Kabbalah. And that started really my search. And then I found Mary. So I became a life mastery consultant in wanting to help others to envision their life and live a life that they've loved, you know? So I decided that when we moved here, I finally met my guy over 10 years ago, and we're now forever engaged. And we've moved to Baja, Mexico, where we live in Puerto del Mar with our 3 little puppies. And I was going to write the book when I got here just on how to manifest a soulmate, because I spent 10 years just really working to transform myself and really working to be of service and learning about the laws of the universe and tithing and all this stuff. And lo and behold, I meet him on a cruise, a law of attraction cruise, no less. And I had told all my clients, I'm going to meet him on this cruise, and I do. So now it's almost 11 years later. And now I thought, well, when I get here, I'm going to work on this book. And then when I'm walking and see I have this gorgeous house, I have the view that I've always dreamed of. One day, you know, I have a vision board that looks just like where I live, actually. And I thought, you know, I should write a book on how to manifest a whole beautiful life, not just a soulmate, because I've gotten pretty good at it. It's a process, and it's a thinking process. And I just wanted to write it and share it with you. And so my book is This or Something Better. And it has a lot of stories of my life. And if I have had the life I've had, and I can have all this here today, I believe that anyone can. And that's what the whole book is about. That's the premise. So instead of talking and teaching in a way about how to manifest, I decided I was going to do 2 activities. I thought it would be more fun, and they're interactive. And I didn't know if it's what you do in this not church, but I thought that you would enjoy it. So I'm going to give you a very powerful tool that I think that will help you. And this tool is about perception. I don't know if many of you know who Napoleon Hill is or was. He was 25 in 1908 when he visited Andrew Carnegie, and he wanted to have a job and work for him. And they spent 3 days discussing, and Andrew Carnegie says to him, I'm not going to give you a job, but I'm going to tell you how you can make a lot of money. And what you need to do is go and find and interview 500 of the most successful people of our day. The Wright brothers, Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, Marie Dressler, F.W. Woolworth, Henry Ford, Kate Smith, John D. Rockefeller, just to name a few. So he interviewed them, and Carnegie said, when you do that, find what their commonalities are, what makes them so successful. And when you find that, you should write a book. And he writes the book, Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you've read that book, but that book is an amazing book. And if you want to achieve and manifest the life that you've always wanted, I highly recommend reading that book. It's a step-by-step book that's very easy to read. And he wrote it in 1937, and it holds up today in 2022. So his famous quote, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This is a motto that I wholeheartedly believe in, and I practice daily, this motto. So now let me get back to Napoleon Hill. So he figures out the key, the secret to their success, and it turns out that it's 6 intellectual faculties. It's not the same ones of our senses, our taste and smell, our seeing what we see in the world, or we hear from our parents, from friends, from the news. That stuff is all outside of us, but these intellectual faculties are inside of us. And the one that I'm going to talk about is perception. I think it's very, very important to be able to see something that's negative and turn it into a positive. So normally I would do this in a workshop and I would have you in pairs, but for the sake of what we're doing in Zoom, I thought that you're either going to think this up or you're going to write it. So I'm going to give you a minute or two to think about it, to write it down. And and then I'm going to have maybe 2 of you share it. So what I want you to do is think about an issue, a problem, a challenge, something that you're facing right now that is not, it does not feel good to you. And that's what I want you to do. So I'm going to give you like a minute or so and think about this challenge, this problem, this issue. And if you want, gonna get a pencil or write about it. And when you're done, you know, down at the bottom, there's the reactions. You could put up a hand if you want to share, or you can actually raise your hand to share. So I'll give you that moment to think. I see Arthur Kangas. Yeah, are you ready? You have your hand raised. Would you like to share?
Yes, Arthur Kangas.
Kangas.
And yeah, well, I'm very, very pleased to hear you because can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yes, because I did read Think and Grow Rich when I was in high school. And I remember thinking, why use this to grow rich? Why not use it to create world peace? Because of course we were very concerned about nuclear war. So I began to visualize world peace and spent a lifetime visualizing how we could create and what it would look like and how we can rise above the wars that divide us and come together as a planet and create a way that we the people can navigate this small planet of ours and become the governors of spaceship Earth instead of the governed, and made a movie, The World Is My Country, and so on. And it's helped me incredibly in my personal life. But the big problem I see is we haven't fixed the world yet. The world's still plunging toward nuclear destruction and ecological ecocide. So how do we take this personal, powerful, incredibly powerful technology of the secret and apply it to our world, to preserving life on planet Earth? That's the problem that I'm struggling with right now.
Okay. That's just like a little one, right?
Yeah, just a little problem I've got to work out here. If you all can help me with it, we'll fix this little problem here.
Does
Yeah,
anybody else have?
wars and so on are just so insane and out of kilter with human life and what our human life is all about. It just doesn't make any sense.
We can take one more. Does anybody else have a problem? Maybe a tiny bit smaller. Fix the one. A problem or a challenge or an issue that you want to share with us? No. All right. Yes, John? Go ahead. Hi, John.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now.
Well, you might hear my voice is a little bit different than it had been in the past. And having gone through a little event recently, my voice has changed a lot. And I used to be a really good singer, and now I'm much more limited. So that's my smaller than Arthur's world peace change I'd like to see.
It's a little smaller. Okay, thank you. All right. So now I'm going to give you a little story from my life about how I thought up doing this exercise that we're going to do. So when I was going to college to become a marriage and family therapist, I also wanted to get licensed. And that's a 2-year process of collecting log sheets of how many people you served. And then you're having supervision, and it's just a long process. And at the end of it, you have to take a 200 multiple choice test and then an oral interview in a hotel room. The multiple choice part was very daunting for me because up until then I had a lot of test anxiety and did not test well. The oral part of the interview, I was not well because I'm a pretty good talker. So I'm getting prepared for taking the test. I hire a company to help me take tests. I hire a therapist to help me get rid of my test anxiety. I'm doing all that I can. And lo and behold, I pass it the first time. So now we're getting ready to do the oral exam. And just as I'm ready to take it, they now change it. They change it and turn it into a series of vignettes. And nobody knows what that's going to look like. And nobody knows how they're going to teach me how to be able to pass it. So I'm still with the therapist and working with my test anxiety. I'm with another company that's practicing and we're trying to work on how to take it. I end up failing. I miss it by 1 point the first time. 6 months later, I take it again. I miss it by 2 points. The third time I'm working with a colleague. I'm still working with my therapist and I miss it by 4 points. The fourth time, which is 2 years, because it's 6 months each time, 2 years, I'm just in this process, I pass it. And the whole point of what I'm saying is that not once did I feel like a failure. Not once did I want to give up. And in the job that I had now in LAUSD in Los Angeles School District, it didn't matter if I had my license anymore. I didn't need a license. And most of my colleagues did not go through getting their license. I wasn't going to ever get paid more. And really, there was no reason to get it, except that I committed to it to myself. I made a promise to myself, and it was a goal I set. And so I had to do whatever I could to pass that test. And I did. So now maybe about a week later, a colleague comes up to me and she says, I want to talk with you and maybe you can do some coaching for me. And we go for a walk on the beach and she's telling me that she's taken that test 4 times and has not passed. And she's lying to her colleagues and telling them that she has passed. And she wants to know how I can continue having such a positive attitude. And I said, I feel like I was an example for my children and for my students at school and the teachers and everyone I was around to feel that it was going to make me a better therapist, to feel that there was a reason that I wasn't passing and whatever was going to happen in that time period in the 2 years would only be uplifting for me. And so I never thought as a failure. She, on the other hand, felt ashamed and felt filled with shame and did not know how to process that. And she says to me, I think you see the world through rose-colored glasses. And I said, maybe I do, because I'm very good at turning negatives into positives and seeing that there's always a greater good. And even if I don't see it, I know it's going to be there. And maybe sometimes it's for a friend or it's for a loved one, what you're going through, that maybe sometimes it isn't meant for you, but there's always a goodness there. Anyway, so that's what made me, I said, that she helped me come up with an idea of rose-colored glasses that I used in my workshops. And I helped her, change her viewpoint a little bit and see another way. So that's the point of this exercise, is to see another way. So I'm going to put on these rose-colored glasses for you. And and I want you to see the world through rose-colored glasses, in everything. Health and all relationships and everything that comes to you. Also, John, what you went through. I don't know how much I can give the world the rose-colored glasses to give us a peaceful world, but I certainly can keep peace in my heart. So let's go to you, Arthur. Where are you? Have you disappeared? Is Arthur here? Yeah, there you are. Arthur, could you try to think and put on these rose-colored glasses now? Put on your rose-colored glasses. Okay, and now kind of find an opportunity or a blessing. Find something to be grateful for in here. Is there something that you can find? Maybe? I can't hear you. I'm not hearing.
I'm unmuted.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we'll look at the world through some rose-colored glasses. We'll see peace on earth, and that's all we have. Let's all picture that peace on earth is not a saying. It's not something else. It's actually really here. We've really done it, folks. We've really created a world where war is obsolete.
Okay. That's the best we're going to do today. And John, let's put on your rose-colored glasses. All right. Now, what do you see? What is your opportunity here, or your blessing that came from what you just experienced?
Well, I wanted to piggyback on Arthur's.
Okay.
I think that a benefit that that has brought is the entire world has been joining together for Ukraine, and that's a big thing to accomplish. So I think that's a positive. But back to mine, I can now do Joe Cocker and Rod Stewart very well.
Okay. Maybe you can do voiceovers of cartoon characters, you know? Who knows?
You never know.
You know? We could call in Miranda, you know, you could do one of his next movies. All right.
Yeah, I could do Harvey Firestein. You never know.
All right. Well, so don't you think this is an amazing process? I had many people tell me after my, that I gave these to everybody. This was my big prop, but it was for everybody in my workshops. And they kept them in their purse. They told me, you know, how much it really helped them to keep that and remember that it could constantly change their mindset of how they view the world. It's a practice. It's something that I do pretty quickly, you know, and it's as quick as you do it. It uplifts your vibrations, you know, it just makes you feel better. And that's what we want. We want to feel good, and we want to feel good about what we think that we're calling something negative. I mean, I don't know. I've known many people who have had cancers who at the end of their cancer journey have felt that it changed their life. It made them appreciate life more. They're working with people, they're volunteering. I think a lot of times these things start happening, and then we see only the limiting things that happen from it instead of what we can do and help other people from it. Anyway, so I hope, and if you want these, you can get them on Amazon like I did. So I have a lot of them. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. It speaks volumes about turning anything negative and positive just by changing your mindset and your thinking. All right, so now I have a second exercise. So this exercise came to me because usually I'm really, as I said, really good of changing my thinking and also using good words. This is all about our vibration, and we want to feel joyful. We want to have fun. We want to be excited. We want to feel that way. And when we're like that, that's when the manifesting process begins. And that's when we can bring forth our goal. But sometimes our mind will say, well, I want to lose weight. Well, if you want to lose weight and you say, I want to lose weight, and you're constantly thinking about weight, your mind is only hearing weight, and you will not lose weight. It's all about weight. The same thing about debt. I want to get out of debt. You do not want to kind of say those words. So you want to say something like, I look fantastic. I feel youthful. I'm fitting into my size 6 jeans. I weigh 120 pounds. You're talking in that way about your body. You know, so this is something that why I'm saying it is that I've been having a few aches and pains lately. And I've been thinking about my aches and pains lately. And I've been talking about my aches and pains lately. And I know that they're not going to go away if I'm thinking about them and if I'm talking about them. And so I have to write a 1-year goal, which is what I'm going to ask you to do. So in this 1-year goal, I keep finding it up until now very hard to write. You know, I'm writing, I'm feeling very good and I'm pain-free, but you cannot say pain-free. You cannot say I don't have any more aches in my body. So you have to come up with very specific words of how you want to feel. And I'm trying to do this every single day, because it's not just going to the chiropractor and eating well and supplements and doing that are something that I have to change also in my mindset about these aches and pains. So now I'm writing that my body is young and flexible. I'm moving. I feel like I'm 35 years old. I'm playing pickleball 4 times a week. I'm doing yoga. I'm feeling balanced. I'm feeling light. I'm feeling so fantastic. So those are the only words I can come up with to talk about how I feel without talking about the pain that I'm having. So anyway, so it's been a little bit of a challenge for me. And that's why I thought, and I'm good at this. So that's why I thought that I would share it, because I keep saying it and I have to stop saying it right now. So nowhere did I say that I talked about pains and aches in that new affirmation. So now I know it's a little difficult. And so we're going to take a couple people, if I have some time left. I don't know how much time I have left. So
You're fine.
now we're going to take 2 minutes to maybe write what your life will look like in a year. That's 2023. You may want to cover all or some of the 4 areas of your life, like health and wellness is one area. So that would be how you're feeling and how you're looking, and that's in that one. And if it's about money, make an amount. Like I'm making 125,000 this year, something like that. Do not say you want to lose weight. You can say, if you need to, I have released 25 pounds this year. If it's about relationships, you may want to better your relationship. You may want to have a better relationship with children, with friends, something like that. So you just need to be very specific in what you want. So we're going to start out saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. And you can touch, something in all 4 areas if you want, or whatever it is that you're really wanting to work on. And then at the end, you say this or something better. So I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to write it. This is in a year from now, 2023. This is what your life looks like. And when I see you, I'm going to say, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Tell me what's happening. And you're going to say, go. So you're going to raise your hand when you're ready. It looks like I have about 4 minutes left entirely. So I'd like to take 2 of you. So it looks like Arthur, Rhonda, why don't you go? You have to unmute.
Yes, thank you. What was the start of it again? I am so
Happy and thankful now.
happy. Okay, I put helpful, and I said that wasn't it. I am so helpful and grateful that I am feeling energetic and looking good after releasing 20 pounds.
Awesome. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Arthur, your turn.
Well, I am so happy and grateful that millions of people are watching our TV series in which we're helping young people to dwell in that future of our dreams. Every week they come back and they're living in this people-powered planet where we the people are the governors of our small planet, and each week we're steering it in new directions, improving things that are happening around the world, seeing our whole planet healing and coming together as one. And people are so joyous watching this and enjoying it that it's becoming the trend. The whole movie industry is moving toward positive films and positive TV shows, because this is the thing that everybody's striving for. This is what the world was waiting for. And we're bringing this vision to the entire planet.
Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm just wanting you to stay in present tense with most of it. And so you did a very good job, Rhonda. You also did a very good job. So if any of you, need some wordsmithing in your vision, and you want some help in speaking it in the present tense and using the correct words. I know I've done a lot of workshops in this particular, helping people with their affirmations, and I've spent a lot of time changing and fixing them and correcting them into being the right speaking into the world. And one of the things you say a lot that will help you is up until now, so that will help you stop, or yet, I haven't done that yet, so those words kind of help you. Anyway, so it looks like my time is almost up. I talked to you about my book, and I just wanted to tell you that I put it over at the Del Valle Cafe. It's over there. So if you wanted to go buy it, it's $16.99 that it says here, but it's $15. So you can go there, and if you wanted it signed, then tell Jordan, and I'll come in and sign it for you. And he's gonna leave a paper with people who want to sign it. And I also wanted to tell you that if you wanted a coaching session with me, I have a complimentary strategy session. If you want to do some coaching, or if you just even want to chat with me, you can connect with me on Sherri@sherrijay.com. Or you can go to my website at www.sherrijay.com. Sherri, SHERRIJAYE.
Sherri, do you want to put that in the chat? Can you add those to the chat?
Oh, sure. I forgot I can do that. That's great. Thank you. So I want to thank Karen. I want to thank Beatrice, Jim, and Renee for helping me and interesting me. And all of you are ready to live the life you've always wanted to have, or you never even imagined. I didn't even tell you that this life that I have, must be time. So I never could have imagined the life I have. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you. I think we have some time for question and answers, right? Yeah. Okay. Rhonda.
I was just clapping. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. That's it? Okay.
All right, we got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I wrote a whole page of different areas of my life and keeping it in the positive sense. That's a really important nugget for people that are constantly running in the future or running in the past. What advice do you have for them to stay in the present? Not only their words for their focus, but like in their life, staying in the present moment.
Well, that the past isn't helpful. Number one, the memories is remember I was talking about those faculties. Memories is one of them. Those past memories do not help us, at all. And so when we're trying to stay in our vision, that's what we do. We stay in our vision. We don't go by condition-based thinking. We go by our vision. So if our vision is that we're well and happy and vibrant, and that's what we are, so then you stay in that vision. Whenever you're wanting to leave to go into future or past thinking, stay in your vision. That vision will continue keeping you motivated and keeping you on your path. Right, Karen?
Beautiful.
She does that very good.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions that they want to ask Sherri? Let's see what we have.
So Arthur has put something in the chat for everybody, a website, People Powered Planet. You guys make sure and click down there at the bottom of your screen for the chat so you get the information. Sherri's going to be putting her website information up on the chat as well.
Thank you, Sherri. I would like to get your information. Thank you.
Does anybody else have their hand raised? Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna go to announcements.
righty, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to announcements.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherri. It was great. I love your rose-colored glasses. I'm gonna go to Amazon and get some. So,
I'm gonna get some too. Thank you so much.
so,
You're very
okay, so we have announcements. If you are new to Not Church and you don't know the website address is in the chat. So get it out of the chat. I'm going to share screen really quick. Those of you who's like, oh, I heard them. They have a website. I've heard that. They have a website. But a lot of people, they won't go to a website unless they actually see the website. So we're going to go, wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen, but I have to go back to the actual website. So here we go.
There
So
it is.
here is Tranquilo's website, creating more humanity in each of us for us. And we have a lot of things that that we do every week. And so I want to announce those. I want to make an announcement about all of the things that ways that we can get together. Maybe you pop in to Not Church on Sunday, but you haven't really experienced some of these groups. So we have a Monday meditation group at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. And so just going to that link that we posted can get you in touch, with a 20 to 25 minute meditation. Just go to the website, click, find out more, and you can get all hooked up with Ron. I don't think Ron's here today. Is Ron here today? But somebody, is involved in that. And then the happiness study group has been going on since 2015, and it's a group of people who meet every week on Tuesday at 2. And they've read an amazing amount of books, and they've really studied mindfulness, and that's a really powerful group. And Nadine, are you here to say anything more about that? I'm not sure if anybody could just pop in, if Ron or Nadine, if you're here. And I know Carol, I saw Carol Cleary here, because the next group is the meditation study group in Rosarito on Tuesday at 2:30. And that's a group that's been meeting. We used to meet at San Antonio Del Mar in Carol Cleary's house, but now it's on Zoom. And I know the book you're reading right now is Ajusante. Is there anything, Carol, that you could post in the chat that could help people find it? Or if you want to say anything about it, just unmute and talk over me. That's fine.
Everyone is invited. Hi, this is Carol, and everyone is invited. And in fact, we are now anticipating taking this group into a hybrid situation. So if you'd like to, we meditate for the first until 3:15. We check in until about 2:45, starting at 2:30. We meditate, thanks to Renee's suggestion, we meditate until 3:15. And then after that, we look at the book. And we're ready for chapter 7 in Adashanti, Falling into Grace. Everyone is invited. And if you're interested, I will put in the chat my email so I can send you the Zoom link. And I have my hand raised for something else. This is in San Antonio. I've been active in something called the Agua Limpia, clean water. We're trying to get beach water cleaned up. It turns out that our beach is one of the 3 most contaminated in the world, and according to Waterkeepers Alliance. And we are now having a workshop on the 23rd of April, which is free and open to everyone who lives on this coast. At 10 o'clock here in San Antonio del Mar. It will be in the park. We have plenty of chairs. And the speaker is a wonderful ecologist named Margarita Diaz. And I have a vision of clean water, and my vision is really clear. I'm going to boogie board in front of my house. So, and thanks for everyone who's participated in today's meeting. It's wonderful. Thank you. And I will post this in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, the water, I'm going to be talking about water in a minute, but I want to make sure everybody knows is Martina's group of the Enneagram group Thursdays at 2. Is Martina here?
No, actually, that's Tom now.
Oh, it's Tom now. Okay, so is Tom here to talk about this? No. So anyway, just find out more information on the website. We also have a collaborative of healers, a healing collaborative, and that's on this page. We've got Baja Spiritual Collaborative, and the different people doing different modalities here in the area. You can find out all about these people. If you can usually get complimentary sessions from various people and different ways of healing, different ways of healing mindset, healing body, mind, spirit. So all of these different opportunities people are available for you. There's Martina, who I was talking about. So there's all these people that have just bloomed down here in this amazing area in Mexico, living on the coast, and it's amazing how that happens for us. So I'm going to stop sharing the website. I hope that you guys can visit it, because it's really a wealth of information. A lot of times people said, "Oh, where's the Zoom link? I don't have it." Well, it's on the website, so keep that handy. I'm also going to share something that Carol is very concerned about. She's very concerned about water, and I'm going to be doing a sacred water ceremony online on Zoom tomorrow at 2 p.m. And if you want to join me, I'm going to stay on and chat with anybody that's interested in joining. Here, you can email me for the Zoom link. I think Jim's going to type in another Zoom link too. Carol's very concerned about the water, and the water all over the planet, right here where we are, and the water all over the planet has issues. And so right here, we're going to be doing a sacred water ceremony. Just go out, put your feet in whatever huge body of water. Like for us, it's the Pacific Ocean, but wherever you are, just be in the waves of telepathy within the water. Our bodies are 78% water, and all of those patterns can be healed, and all of the water can be healed. The water within us can be healed. We've got a special, powerful Neptune and Jupiter conjunction happening right now. We're in the energy right now, and all of that is going to be amazing. So I'm doing a ceremony on the beach on Tuesday when the conjunction is exact, and then all of that beautiful sacred water energy. We're going to be bringing sacred water on Zoom and drinking our sacred water with our intentions, bringing flowers, and then any intentions that you want to read are coming on Zoom tomorrow at 2. And Carol has a question. So Carol, go ahead and ask your question.
I finished all of that, I think. The actual one is going to be on the beach on Tuesday or on Monday?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Monday. It's going to be on Zoom, online. Just do it from your house at 2. You could stand out in the Pacific Ocean. You can go walk down to the beach by your house and do the sacred water ceremony. If you're not close to a big body of water, you can bring. I have sacred water from Chalice Wells that I put a few drops in my drinking water, and I'm going to be doing the ceremony from my house. But I'm also going to do a live in front of my house on the day of the conjunction. So anybody wants to find out information, you can stay on and chat with me. Anyone else need to make an announcement of something that's going on in town, in the greater Rosarita area? We've got a lot of people in the chat. Okay, so
yeah, remember to look at the chat before you go.
Okay, so we want to take, we were trying to take a picture of all of us together here for the website. This recording is going to be posted to the website, and it's going to be posted with a picture of all of us. So if everybody, if you don't have your camera on, if you want to turn your camera on and get ready to have a picture for the website for this meeting here, this gathering. I'm going to go ahead and
I got it.
you got it. Okay. All right. So we've got it. And so everyone, blessings to everyone. Go forth and manifest your dreams. This is the perfect time to do it. Sherri told us how. And we are all have within us the capacity to bring forward into the world the dreams, especially at this time. So everyone, thank you so much for showing up, and blessings.
Okay, and you're staying on for.
Okay, thank you, everybody.